Ay Archana oinam, ay English ki ozan. So students, what have we seen in our first part? We have seen Bhagat Singh, a young man deeply involved in the struggle of the freedom movement. And what was he against? He was against the British exploiting the Indians. He was really against one man exploiting other, suppressing other men of their rights. He was against this, and he wanted to fight against the British. He wanted them to leave India so that we could bring about a change in our lives. So Bhagat Singh, born on 28 September 1907 to a peasant parents, he was a very, very keen reader. He was a voracious reader that we have seen, and unfortunately at a very young age of 24 he died. He was hanged, and till today we refer to him as Shahid Bhagat Singh, and he died on 23rd March 1931. And he also he along with his friend Sukhdev, they had many political discussions that we have seen. They used to spend most of their time in the library, and they joined the Hindustan Republican Army, or HRA, so that they could be successful in involving in attracting all the workers and laborers from factories and farms and farmers to join the revolutionary ideas, because he thought that their strength, their power was more powerful in bringing about change in the society. So let us continue and let us see what else Bhagat Singh wanted and what else he did. He started labor and peasant organization, and not only that, he even started armed revolution also. And Bhagat Singh was not only, he was not only a simple freedom fighter. He was an innovator of ideas. He had many, many new ideas in his, to bring out. He had lots of new thoughts were coming out in his mind, and he really wanted India to achieve freedom and India to move forward. So he had many ideas, new ideas were coming up, and he tried to bring it into practice. Now, he was mainly concerned with, he hated communalism. He was against community-centered organization or community-centered motive, like one community being against one community against another community. He did not like that. He wanted to fight against it because he knew that it was an enemy as big as colonialism. Community-based working was not what he wanted. Community amaga nusidaba nusinadaba dharma na khaidokpado mahak pamamde, mahak na khalami masina colonialism gi chapmanaba enemy ni haidana khalami manako. In short, Bhagat Singh wanted equality in the state, equality in the country. He loved equality. For him, human being was one, man was one and equal. So he was against community differentiation. He thought that communalism was a barbaric act where one hated another because one person belonged to a particular community. He thought that there should be no differences and that human being is the first thing in place. We should become men first. That is what Bhagat Singh thought. Now, on 9th and 10th September 1928 at Firoz Shah Kotla ground in Delhi, Bhagat Singh spoke of the dangers posed by people interested in power but in guise of freedom fighters. So he spoke very openly that there are many people who wanted power but did not openly want to say that we want power. So what did they do? They disguised themselves as freedom fighters. So he knew that. So he spoke very openly about it. And he said that it was a danger posed by organization and communal forces. He knew that, and he spoke about it very openly. And so what he did? So what did he do? He changed the HRA, the Hindustan Republican Army, to Hindustan Socialist Republican Army. And they started working, the HRA was dissolved, and they started working under the HSRA. So now by this time, Bhagat Singh and Sukhdev, they were very actively working. They were actively working. They were discussing, as we have mentioned earlier also, they read books. So they were discussing on many new ideas. And as they continued working, they were being termed not only by the Britishers, but by the Indians also. They were termed as revolutionaries, or they were termed as terrorists. They were given the tag terrorist. Makoi said terrorist na habireba. Why? Because of one particular incident. Amakhakidamakta makoi said terrorist na habireba. Karigino yengsiko. Bhagat Singh and his comrades decided to make the objectives of the Hindustan Socialist Republican Army known to people. They wanted to let the people aware of what they were going to do. They wanted to make the people know about their objectives. So what did they do? After the assassination of Saunders, a British officer involved in assault of Lala Lajpat Rai, they asked for people participation. So they assassinated Saunders, a British officer who was involved in the assault of Lala Lajpat Rai. It was a mistaken identity. But after that incident, they asked for people participation, but no one participated them. Like, they were portrayed as terrorists because they had assassinated a British officer, so no one was supporting them. And in order to clarify their position, Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Dutt, his comrade, they threw a bomb in the Central Legislative Assembly on 8 April 1929. 1929 da Central Legislative Assembly da Bhagat Singh ga Batukeshwar Dutt mahaki comrade amagana sagi bomb amalang chalame. So they wanted to clarify that they were not terrorists. They just wanted to let the people know about their objectives, that HSRA's objectives. So they threw a bomb, and it was a harmless bomb. It was just meant to, not to hurt, but to make the deaf hear. This was what Bhagat Singh and his comrades' justifications were. They did not want to harm anyone, but they wanted the people to know what they were working under. They wanted to know that it was time for them to come out, to get up and to work hard for the independence. Now, they wanted the people to be aware that the British were trying to snatch all civil liberties and rights of people in general and workers. They wanted the people to know that you were being exploited. And what did they do? They, after throwing the bomb, instead of running away or to save their lives, they surrendered. They, as planned, they made themselves to be arrested as planned, and they were taken out for trial in a court. And there they tried to convey that their motive was to spread their revolutionary ideas. There they tried their level best to make the public aware that they did not want to kill anyone, but rather they wanted to spread their revolutionary ideas. So after throwing the bomb, they did not run away. What happened? They let themselves to be arrested, and then in the court for trial, they openly announced that it was not meant to harm them, but harm the people or the public, but to make them aware that the British were exploiting you, and all your civil rights will be taken away. This was what Bhagat Singh and his comrades justified. Now, unfortunately, because of that incident, Bhagat Singh was put in jail, and there also he wrote many essays and books, and he also stressed the need for revolutionary movements in India, and he really wanted to spread national liberation amongst the people. He wanted to liberate, he wanted to free the country, he wanted to free the youth, he wanted to free India from the British colonial rule. And not only that, he wanted to create equal social order also. He wanted all people to be equal, irrespective of caste, creed, and religion. And he also wanted to end exploitation of men by men. Now, in his last message written on 3rd March 1931, Bhagat Singh said, India's struggle will last as long as we go on exploiting the labor of common people. So he knew that India's power lies in the hand of the common people. He knew that only when the common people come out, India will be fully liberated, India will be fully developed. So he wrote it as his last message that we, the Indians, the country will continue struggling as long as we keep on exploiting the common people. And then he became famous. Bhagat Singh became a legendary figure. He became very famous, but unfortunately, because of the incident, because of his assassination of Saunders, he was taken out for trial, and there was an irrational court trial and it went against him. So unfortunately, Sukhdev, Bhagat Singh and Rajguru, they were hanged on 23rd March 1931 on the charge of the assassination of Saunders, the British officer. And that British officer had harmed Lala Lajpat Rai. So the trial went against them, and they were hanged. They became a martyr. And who is a martyr? A martyr is one who dies or suffers for a noble cause. So they gave up their life, they sacrificed their life, and that is why Bhagat Singh is fondly remembered as Shaheed Bhagat Singh. So on the death of Bhagat Singh, people say that death can erase Bhagat Singh's presence, but his ideas could not be erased, and that is why he became a legendary figure. He is still now fondly remembered as Shaheed Bhagat Singh. So he was very young. He was only 24 years old when he died, but his ideas were far beyond his age, far beyond his thinking. And this lesson is trying to show us, to enlighten us with all that Bhagat Singh has done for the freedom, for the independence of the country. He wanted to create a socially equal, society in India. He wanted all men to be equal, all men to enjoy life, all men to enjoy freedom. And this is what the lesson is trying to tell us, that we all are equal.